Hello everyone, this is part 32 of our playlist Full Stack Python. In this video, we will learn about nested for loop. Okay, so we already seen about nested for loop. Now we will learn about nested while loop. Okay, so nested means, what's the mean of nested? Nested means within. Sorry, nested means within. Okay, a loop inside a loop is known as nested for loop, or we can say nested while loop. Okay, in nested we have outer loop, and we have inner loop, inner loop. Okay. Inside the outer for loop, we have inner for loop. Outer for loop repeats the logic, whatever logic we write inside the inner for loop. Okay, this is a simple definition. Whatever logic we write inside the inner for loop, outer for loop, repeat that logic. Okay, so we will learn about nested while loop today. Nested while loop. While loop inside while loop is called nested while loop. All right. And if we talk about the syntax of nested while loop, so while and condition. So remember everyone, if n is not defined, like if you don't know the value of n, like how many number of time you need to execute the loop, if condition is uncertain, so you will use while loop. If you know how many number of time you want to repeat, then use for loop. When certainty is there, then use for loop, and whereas uncertainty, use while loop. Okay, if you don't know the ending point, if you don't know the ending point, use while loop. If you know the ending point, use for loop. Okay, so this is the case. So while loop and condition, colon, then statement one, and then statement two. Okay, then again we have while loop, means this is the part of the nested while loop, or we can say this is the inner while loop. And we have statement 3 and statement 4. So how many statements are there inside outer for loop? So how many statements are there? 1, 2, and this 3. And how many statements are there inside the inner for loop, inner while loop? So we have the statement 1 and 2. This one, this 2 statement. Okay. So this is what outer for loop, and this is what inner for. While loop is executed until given condition is true. Until given condition would be true. So while loop never stop. So if condition is false, then only it stops. Okay. See the example. Example is using while loop generate number from 1 to 10. So initially in while loop we need three things. First is initialization. Initialization. Second is condition. Okay, and the third is updation. Remember this thing. Alright. So here is the initialization part. This is the condition part, and this is the updation part. Okay, I hope you are getting everyone. Alright. So this is the initialization number equals to 1, while number less than equals to 10. Okay, so this is the condition. Okay, print number, and we are ending with space. We are not ending with new line, we are ending with space. And here number value is increasing. What will happen? 10 iteration will print 1 to 10. Alright. So see examples. Write a program to generate the following output. So how we can generate this output? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, like 1 to 10. Then we have to print a table of 2, then table of 3, and table of till 10. Okay, we have to print. So how we can print this? So we can print this table with the help of outer for loop. Oh sorry, for loop, or we can say while loop, nested while loop or nested for loop. Both we can use, but we will see nested while loop. So this is the initialization part. We are initializing n equals to 1. While loop condition is n less than equals to 10. So it means this outer for loop execute 10 times. Okay, now we talk about inner for loop. So inside inner for loop, out. So we initialize I equals to 1, and this is the nested for loop, inner for loop. So here is the condition I less than equals to 10. Okay, so it will also execute 10 times. Okay, so n multiply by I. Okay, so what is the initial value of n? 1. What is the initial value of I? 1. So 1 multiply 1 is 1. Okay, then updation. I is updated. What is the previous value of I? 1. Now what is the new value of I? 2. So n value is still 1, and I value updated. So what is the result? 2. Okay, I value again update. So this is the n value, and this is I value. So what is the result? 3. Okay, so after completion this inner for loop iteration, what will happen? N value will change. N value would be 2, and this will start from 1, and then output would be 2 and 4, like that. Okay, I hope you are getting. So let me write the code for this. I will search IDLE, which is nothing but integrated development learning environment. All right, and this is the interactive mode. Okay, so we write program in the programmable mode. So this interactive mode used to test the commands. Okay, we can test the commands using the interactive mode. So when I take new file, and so this is the programmable mode. Here we will write the program. Before writing the program, I will save my file, desktop, full stack Python, programs, and I will give name to my file. What is the name of my file? main17.py. All right. So I will write here while. Okay. So before writing while, we need to think about initialization. So initialization start from 1. Okay. And then I will write while, and I will write number less than equals to 10. Okay. And then I will initialize inner for loop as well, I equals to 1. Then I will write condition of inner for loop, I less than equals to 10. Okay. So here I will print multiplication of number. Okay. Number multiplication with I, and I will end with a space. Okay. And then I will increment I value like this. Now I will increase number value outer for loop condition value. Okay, like this. So this is how we can generate our program. Okay, let me run the code. So 1, 3, 4. Yeah, we have to change the line as well. Okay. So before, when we come out from the inner for loop, I will change the line and update the value. Okay. Empty print means new line. So like that we can print. All right. So like that we can print. Okay. So perfect number. Okay. So here is the logic of perfect number. Before telling you the logic of the perfect number, let me tell you what are the perfect number. Like 1 can divide 6, 2 can divide 6, 3 can divide 6, and 6 can divide 6. Okay. So we exclude this digit. Like we don't consider itself. 6 itself divides 6. So we will not consider this. Remove this and try to add sum of this. 1 plus 2 plus 3. What is the sum of this? 6. Okay. So if the sum of dividend equals to that number, okay, that number. So this is the perfect number. All right. I hope you are getting everyone. So what is the perfect number? I will sum of all dividend. Like 1 can divide 6, plus 2 can divide 6, and 3 can divide 6, and 6 also can divide 6. But I will not take 6 because I will exclude 6 here because itself number I will not sum. So I will add these terms. If this number becoming 6, so this is the perfect number. All right. For example, if I talk about 4, so 1 can divide 4, plus 2 can divide 4, and 4 can divide 4. So I will not take 4. Okay. So what is the summation of this? What is the summation of this? 3. So 3 is not equivalent to 4. So this is not a perfect number. This is the perfect number, but this is not the perfect number. Okay. So here we have the logic. So we are going to print perfect number from A range to B range. We are going to print A range to B range. So I will take the starting value from the user and I will take the ending value from the user. Then I will give the condition like A less than equals to B. Start from A and stop from B because B is the ending point. Okay. Now I will initialize I. Okay, and we have s equals to 0. S is for summation. What we will do? We will do summation with the help of s. Okay, so I is what? I initialize by 1. So we will check like this work as 1. We are checking whether 6 is divisible by 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So we know like it is not divisible by 4, and we will not count 6. So we will check with the help of I here. Okay, so let me write the code as well so that you can understand better. Okay. So what I need to do, I will take a starting point like input function. I will use input function, enter a value, or we can say starting value, b equals to int input, enter b value, or you can say ending value. So starting and ending. So what I will do, I will take condition like it should start from a, and when start is less than equals to b, the condition is true. All right. Now I will initialize I equals to 1. Okay. And now I will initialize s equals to 0. Now I will write while loop condition. So I will check what I will check. See, so I will check I less than equals to a. What is the a? Starting number. A is the starting number. I will run I less than a. Okay. Then I will check if what a dividend I equals to 0 means I will add the sum equals to plus equals to I. Alright. This is how as we are doing here. Okay, I will add I in S, then I will increment the I value after coming out from the if condition. Okay, I plus equals to 1. Okay, now after coming out from the while loop, I will check if s equals to x equals to a. So means this is what? This is a perfect number. So this would be the perfect number. So directly I'm writing here. Alright. So this is the logic. Now I will increment the a. Alright. So plus equals to 1 like this. Okay. So how many statements are there inside the outer for loop? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, how many statements are there inside the inner while loop? 1, okay, 2, and 3. We have 3 statements in the inner while loop. So let's check whether it's working or not. Okay, the starting value like 5, ending value is like 600. So these are the perfect numbers between 5 and 600. 6 is a perfect number, 28 is a perfect number, and 496 is a perfect number. Alright. Now we will see what's the difference between while and for loop. What's the difference between while loop and for loop? So while loop and for loop. While loop repeat block of statement until given condition. Okay, it it execute block of statement until the given condition is true. Okay, and if we talk about for loop repeat block of statements number of times. Okay, number of times. So what is the mean of this? When you know the value of n, like if you know how many times you want to execute a loop, then use for loop. And if you don't know the n value, like if you don't know like how many number of times you want to execute, there is uncertainty, then use while loop. Okay, so while loop repeat the blocks of a statement until given condition true. Okay, for loop repeat the block of statement and statements number of times. Okay, n number of times. Okay, if you want to print this pattern like this pattern, so what you will do, how you will crack the logic. So first divide the problem, divide any pattern in the form of row and column. This is what column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and row 5. Okay, so see, when row value is 1 and column value is 1, so we have 1 star. When r value is 2 and column value is 2, so we have another star. When row value is 3 and column value is 3, then we have another star. When row value is 4 and column value is 4, then we have another star. When row value is 5 and column value is 5, then we have another star. Else we what we are printing, else we are printing spaces. Okay. So here is the condition, here is the initialization. Row start from 1 and row execute till 5. Okay, so it will execute till 5, and we have column value is starting from 1. Okay, so how many columns you want to print? Like 5 columns. We will check if r equals to, if row equals to column, if row equals to column, then print star. Okay, if it's not like this, then print space. Okay, and here we are updating column value after coming out from the inner for loop. We are updating row value. Okay, and also you can try this logic as well. So when row value, this is the row value starting from reverse order. Okay? So when row value is 5 and column value is 5, then only print star. When row value is 4 and column value is 4, then print star. When row value is 3 and column value is 3, when row value is 2 and column value is 2, something like that. You can try this code as well. Okay, everyone, you can practice. Okay, so you can practice this code, and whatever code you write, please write that code in the comment section of this video. Paste all the code, whatever code you practice, all the code paste in the comment section of this video, so that whenever you open this video, you can see your code, and I also check your code. Okay, and some of person is pasting their code on the video section, so I am feeling great when they are doing hard work while writing the code. Okay, when you write like hundreds of problems or 200s of problems, then your brain will able to solve any kind of problem or any kind of your brain can think automatically logics. Okay, so logic comes from solving number of problems, and whatever problems you are solving, paste here in the comment box of this video. This comment box is for your coding practice. Branching statement are used to control looping statements. Okay, Python support the following branching statement. Number one is break, and two is condition, and third is return function. Okay, break. So what is break? Break is a branching statement or passes control statement. Break is a keyword. Break statement is used inside looping statement, while or for. Okay, we always use break statement inside the looping statement. This statement is used to terminate execution of while or for unconditionally, for loop unconditionally, or in between. Okay, if you want to break the flow of the loop, then you can use while loop. Okay, for example, here for num in range 1 to 11, so it will run from 1 to 10. Okay, so it will print hello and then break. Okay, so what will happen? How many times it will execute? It will execute only one time, because after one iteration it will break. Okay, see here also, here initialization, and this is the condition. Then this is the print statement and updating the value, and what happening? Break. So what will happen? It will print one time. Why? It will print one time only, because break statement is there. So we have another program. Write a program to find input number is prime or not. Okay, so you have to check input number whether prime is prime or not. So don't worry if you want to practice this code. I will provide the notes link in the description. You can download the notes from the given link. Okay, so don't worry about the notes and everything. So here is the logic. What we are doing, we are taking input from the user and initialize value equals to C. For I in range, I start from 1 and number plus 1 and print hello. If number modulus by I equals to 0, means if it is number completely divisible, then we will say we increment the C value. If C value is greater than 2, then break. Okay. If C value equals to 2, so it is a prime number, else it is not a prime. So what is this? What is this C? So 7. 7 is what a prime number. So 1 can divide 7 and 2 can divide 7. Only we have, oh, sorry, not 2, not 2, but 7 itself can divide 7. Okay. 7 itself can divide 7. So how many dividend we have? 1 and 2. Okay. So if C value is greater than 2, C value is greater than 2 means we have more than 2 dividend. If we have more than 2 dividend, then that number is not a prime. For example, 4. So it can divide by 1, it can divide by 2, and it can divide by 4. So how many dividend we have? 3. So if count C value is 3, or we can say C value is greater than 2, that means that number is not a prime number. If C value is either equals to, like if it is C value is not greater than 2, so what we will do? We will break and we will check whether C equals to 2. So C value is what? This one and this 7 means 2. If C value is 2, so we will say this is a prime number, else it is not a prime. Okay, everyone, so you can try. For example, we have example of looping app. So for example, we are creating an application like username and password validation system we are going to create. So what we will do? We will use while. While true means, if while and condition is true means this is an infinite loop. So it will execute infinite time. So what we are doing, we are taking username and we are taking what? Password. Okay. If user equals to NIT and password equals to NIT 123, then only we will say welcome and break. Okay. Else we will say invalid username or password, please try again. Okay. So while condition is true, so again it will ask for the username, again ask for the password. If condition is not true, then again it will show invalid. If condition is true, it will show welcome and come out from the loop with the help of break statement. So this is how this will work. Okay. Sorry. It will ask username, it will ask password. The invalid username or password, please try again. Username ABC, password is NIT123. Invalid username or password, please try again. Username NIT, password NIT123, and welcome. Example. Write a program to generate first 10 prime numbers. So how we can write? So number starts from 2. Okay. And we will count the prime count. We initialize the variable with 0 from prime count, which will count the prime variables. Okay, prime numbers it will count. So condition is true. While condition is true means it is an infinite loop. All right. And C initialize with 0. So we have mentioned a specific range 1 to number plus 1. Okay. And here is the condition. If number is completely divisible by I, giving 0. So we will increase the C value. If C value is greater than 2, so break, because this is not a prime number. That's why we are breaking. Then after, if it is not break, if it is not break, if this condition is not break, this means this inner for loop is completely executed. Then after inner for loop, we will check C equals to 2. If C equals to 2 means this is a prime number, and we will increase the count of the prime. Okay. Later we will check prime count equals to 10. We will check prime count is equals to 10. Then we will break and we will increment the count. So what would be the output? So this is how we can get the 10 prime numbers. Okay, so I will provide the link of this node in the description. You can check this program and you can write the program. All right. Continue. Continue is a keyword or branching statement or passes control statement. Continue statement is included within looping statement for or while. Okay, so we can use continue statement within for loop, or you can say while loop. This statement continue the execution of while loop or for loop. Okay, so what it happens when continue comes, then it will execution of while loop or for loop. So what happened? The statement continue the execution of the while loop. Okay, read again. Continue statement is included within looping statement. Okay, this is not an independent statement. We need looping statement in order to write continue or break. So what loops we need? We need for loop or while loop. Okay, this statement continue the execution of while or for loop. Okay, it does not break the like looping loop. Okay. So for example, we have for num in range 1 to 11 means it will run 1 to 10. So if number modulus equals to 0, it means number is completely divisible by 2. So we will continue. Else we will print what number. So whenever a condition is like true, condition is true means number is divisible by 2. What we will say? We will say continue is continue. Do not print anything, just continue. Increment the value. First value is 1. So 1 is not divisible by 2. It will not, the condition is false. So what will happen? 1 will print. When talk about 2, so 2 is divisible by 2, so it's giving 0. So condition is true, what will happen? Continue. Let's go to the other statement 3. Okay, so 3 is not divisible by 2. Condition false, then print. If condition is true, for example 4, condition is true, then continue, reach to the 5. So like that. So this is how we can get the output of this. Alright, so everyone, I will provide a link of this notes. You can download the notes and you can check all the notes, whatever videos are there. You can find all the notes in the description below. Alright, so thank you everyone for giving me your valuable time. Thank you. Okay, so when you practice more and more, then only you can crack the logic of any problem. Okay, so whatever code is there inside this slide, please try to execute this code by yourself. Okay, and whatever code you execute, please paste all the code inside the comment section of this video. Thank you everyone. Always keep a smile on your face and practice and practice and practice. Because practice makes perfect. Okay, and always don't forget to have a smile on your face. Okay, remember. Bye everyone. Thank you for your precious time.